प्रत्येव तिष्ठति राजाधिराजाय प्रसह्य साधिने नमो वयं वै श्रवणाय कुर्महे समे कामान् कामकामाय मह्यम् कामेश्वरो वै श्रवणो ददातु कुबेराय वै श्रवणाय महाराजाय नमः वेदमनुशाचार्यो देवासिनमनुशास्ति सत्यं वद धर्मं चर स्वाध्यायान् मा प्रमदः आचार्याय प्रियं धनमाहृत्य प्रजागन्तुं मा व्यवचेत्सि सत्यान प्रमदितव्यं धर्मान प्रमदितव्यं कुशलान प्रमदितव्यं भूत्यैन प्रमदितव्यं स्वाध्याय प्रवचनाभ्यां न प्रमदितव्यम् एव पितृकार्याभ्यां न प्रमदितव्यम् मातृदेवो भव पितृदेवो भव आचार्यदेवो भव अतिथिदेवो भव यान्यनवद्यानि कर्माणि तानि सेवितव्यानि नो इतराणि यान्यस्माकं सुचरितानि तानि त्रयोमास्यानि नो इतराणि ये केचास्मच्छ्रेयागंसो ब्राह्मणाः तेषां प्रयासनेन प्रश्वसितव्यम् श्रद्धया देयम् अश्रद्धया देयम् श्रिया देयम् क्रिया देयम् धिया देयम् संविदा देयम् अथ यदि ते कर्म विचिकित्सा वा वृत्त विचिकित्सा वा स्यात् ये तत्र ब्राह्मणाः सम्मर्षिणः युक्ताः युक्ताः अयुक्षा धर्मकामा स्युः यथा ते तत्र वर्तेरन् तथा तत्र वर्तेताः अथाभ्याख्यातेषु ये तत्र ब्राह्मणाः सम्मर्षिणः युक्ताः युक्ताः अयुक्षा धर्मकामा स्युः यथा ते तेषु वर्तेरन् तथा तेषु वर्तेताः एष आदेशः एष उपदेशः एषा वेदोपनिषत् एतदनुशासनम् एवमुपासितव्यम् एवमुचैतदुपास्यम् शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
Thank you, students, for this beautiful rendition of the Ganpati Mantra, Shiksha Vani, Mantra Pushpam, and Shanti Mantra. I now request all of you to kindly stand up for the national anthem.
विनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
of the entire IIM Bodh fraternity, we extend a very warm welcome to the Honorable Vice President of India, Shri Jagdeep Dhankhar, respected Dr. Srimati Sudesh Dhankhar, the Honorable Governor of Bihar, Shri Rajendra V. Arvekar, G20 Sherpa and former CEO of Niti Aayog, Shri Amitabh Kant, eminent chairperson of the Board of Governors of IIM Bodh Gaya, Shri Uday Kota, BOG members of IIM Bodh Gaya, Srimati Prabha Narasimhan, Shri Damodar Mai, Shri Suraj Kishore Sinha, and Shri Sanjeev Kaur. Director IIM Bodh Gaya, Professor Vinita Sahai, parents of the graduating batch, faculty members, distinguished guests and media persons to the 6th Annual Convocation 2024 for MBA batch 2022-24 at Indian Institute of Management, Bodh Gaya. May I now request Shri Uday Kota, Chairperson of the Board of Governors, IIM Bodh Gaya, to welcome the Honorable Vice President of India by presenting him with a symbol of the land. May I now request Professor Vinita Sahai, Director IIM Bodh Gaya, to welcome respected Dr. Srimati Sudesh Dhankhar by presenting her with the symbol of the land. May I now request Shri Uday Kota, Chairperson of the Board of Governors, IIM Bodh Gaya, to welcome the Honorable Governor of Bihar, Shri Rajendra V. Arvekar, by presenting him with a symbol of the land. May I now request Shri Uday Kota, Chairperson of the Board of Governors, IIM Bodh Gaya, to welcome India's G20 Sherpa and former CEO of Niti Aayog, Shri Amitabh Kant, by presenting him with a symbol of the land. May I now request Professor Vinita Sahai, Director IIM Bodh Gaya, to welcome the eminent chairperson of the Board of Governors, IIM Bodh Gaya, Shri Uday Kota, by presenting him with a symbol of the land. May I now request Professor Ashish Sharma, Chairperson MBA, IIM Bodh Gaya, to welcome the respected Director, IIM Bodh Gaya, Professor Vinita Sahai, by presenting her with a symbol of the land. Thank you, Stormy Ma'am, for welcoming our guests. On behalf of IIM Bodh Gaya, may I now request Shri Uday Kota, Chairperson of the Board of Governors, IIM Bodh Gaya, to formally announce the opening of the convocation.
I hereby declare the convocation open.
Thank you very much, sir. May I now request the dignitaries on the dais to kindly light the inaugural lamp to mark the auspicious beginning of the convocation. आरोग्यम धन संपदा शत्रु बुद्धि विनाशाय दीप ज्योति नमोस्तुते. I salute the Supreme, who is in the light of that land and brings auspiciousness, prosperity, knowledge, and abundance of wealth. Thank you very much, distinguished gentlemen and ladies, for doing the honors and formally inaugurating the Convocation. As is customary and auspicious, we begin the proceedings of the Convocation with the rendering of the Saraswati Vandana, where we invoke the goddess Saraswati, the goddess of learning and knowledge, to bless and guide us in success in what we are about to undertake. I would like to invite our IIM students, Rohan, Muskan, Michelle, and Shiv, to render the Saraswati Vandana. Thank you, students, for this beautiful rendition. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to introduce the Chairperson, Board of Governors, Shri Uday Kotak. He has been mentoring and inspiring us throughout our journey. Thank you for everything you've been doing for us, sir. Though he needs no introduction, abiding by the norms and customs of the official ceremony, I would like to present a brief account of his life and achievements. Shri Uday Kotak is the founder and director of Kotak Mahindra Bank. Under his leadership, it has become a leading financial conglomerate in India, offering diverse services such as banking, asset management, insurance, stockbroking, investment banking, private banking, microfinance, and asset reconstruction. He has significantly contributed to shaping India's banking and financial sector over 3 decades. Currently the co-chairman of the Indo-UK Financial Partnership, Sri Kotak is also on the International Advisory Panel of the Monetary Authority of Singapore and the International Advisory Board of the Government of Singapore Investment Corporation. He was the president of the Convocation of Indian Industry from June 2020 until May 2021. From October 2018 to April 2022, he served as non-executive chairman of a specially constituted board of IIMFS, a state-funded, non-banking financial company by the Government of India to steer it out of a deep crisis, which he served as his national duty. In 2017, under Sri Kotak's leadership, a SEBI committee proposed extensive reforms for stronger and more transparent corporate governance. Sri Kotak has received numerous awards, including the Lifetime Achievement Award by CNBC TV 18, the EY World Entrepreneur of the Year Award in 2014, the Economic Times Business Leader of the Year Award in 2015, and the India Business Leader of the Year Award by CNBC TV 18 in 2021. May I now invite the chairperson of the Board of Governors of IIM Bodh, Gaya, Shri Uday Kota, to kindly come to the podium and address the students.
Honorable Vice President of India, Shri Jagdeep Dhankhar ji, Madam Dr. Sudesh Dhankhar ji, Governor of Bihar, Shri Rajendra Arlekar ji, Shri Amitabh Kant, G20 Sherpa Government of India, and former CEO Niti Aayog, my colleagues from the Board of Governors, some of whom are present here, Mr. Sandeep Ghosh, Prabha Narasimhan, Rituraj Sinha, Damodar Mal, Director of IIM Bodh Gaya, Dr. Vinita Sahai, distinguished guests, members of the media, parents, the graduating batch of students. First of all, a hearty congratulations to all the students. And let's have a big round of applause. And may I also add that applause for the parents of the students. It is with pride and nostalgia that I stand before you all today. A journey started way back in 2015 when the plan to have an IIM in Bihar looked very challenging. Strategically positioned in Bihar, a region of abundant human capital, IIM Bodh Gaya, plays a pivotal role in the socio-economic development of eastern India. The focused approach to nurturing this potential is poised to contribute significantly to India's ambitious pursuit of a 30+ trillion economy by 2047. We envisage IIM Bodh Gaya to be an important catalyst for that growth, innovation, transformation of the region and the country, and harnessing the wealth of human capital all over India, particularly the state of Bihar. We were given a challenge and an opportunity, sir. And we took it up with all the board members getting together and making the government's vision into a reality. The team that worked and facilitated India Institute's growth path is a team of very dedicated individuals. Founded with a vision rooted in enlightenment. This is the place for enlightenment. The foundation stone was laid in 2015 by the then Education Minister of India, Srimati Smriti Irani. The institute opened its gate to the first batch of 30 students in 2015-16 with one flagship postgraduate program. The initial guidance and mentorship that helped shape the institute's success was given by the prestigious Indian Institute of Management, Kolkata. In 2018, a pivotal moment in the history of the institute unfolded as the state government of Bihar generously provided 118 acres of land in 2 batches for the establishment of a permanent campus of IIM Bodh, Gaya. As another important cornerstone in the institute's development was the addition of the founder director, Professor Vinita Sahai, to the team. The institute started its real path towards development. Simultaneously, ambitious integrated residential campus project was set in motion to provide a state-of-art facilities for both students and the faculty. A detailed project plan for an area of 1,01,000 square meters in 2 phases was sanctioned by the Union Cabinet for an amount of about 412 crores for construction of phase 1 of our permanent campus. The phase 1 is now complete and was inaugurated on 20th February by the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji. The constructed campus, as all of you can see, is an impressive area of 60,000 square meters, providing us our students state-of-the-art facilities and an inspiring environment for their academic pursuits. We have now more than 1,100 students across 5 long duration residential programs, making us one of the 5 top IIMs in terms of student enrollment. Moving into academic year 2018-19, we fortified our commitment to academic excellence through faculty-driven groundbreaking research. Our driven faculty members actively pursued research papers in reputed journals and presented their work at national and international conferences, elevating academic standards. In 2019-20, we witnessed the success of our management development programs and crucial initiatives that bridge the gap between academia and industry. In the face of the unprecedented COVID challenge in 2020-21, we remained resolute to our commitment for nurturing talent. Our robust placement record across sectors like consulting, finance, and marketing underscored the effectiveness of our educational approach. The placement cell worked tirelessly to connect our students with opportunities in reputed organizations, marking a testament of the talent cultivated at IIM Bodh, Gaya. As we progressed in 2022, initiatives promoting sustainability remained a focal point, with solar panels and rainwater harvesting systems integral to our infrastructure. Our vision for holistic development persisted, and we proudly launched 2 full-time residential MBA programs in hospital and healthcare management and digital business management. In a short span of 9 years, IIM Bodh Gaya has firmly established itself as a catalyst for socio-economic transformation. The team is now a faculty of 54 and non-faculty of 38. Accredited by AACSB, our dedication to producing socially responsible managers is evident in our NIRF ranking advancement. International collaboration and cross-cultural understanding are emphasized throughout the International Student Exchange Program. IIM Bodh Gaya's journey embodies the strategic vision set forth by our Honorable Prime Minister, contributing meaningfully to a better and more inclusive India. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, sir, for the most wonderful and enlightening address. It is my privilege to introduce the founder director of IIM Bodh, Professor Vinita Sahai. She is the driving force behind IIM Bodh and carries 27 years of experience as an academician both in India and abroad. I now invite Professor Vinita Sahai, Director IIM Bodh, to kindly present the highlights of the Director's Report for the year 2023-24.
Honorable Vice President of India, Shri Jagdeep Dhankhar, Madam Dr. Suresh Dhankhar, Shri Rajya Governor of Bihar, G20 Chairperson Amitabh Bachchan, our own Chairman Shri Vivek Mukherjee, my esteemed board members who have joined us today, distinguished guests, parents of the graduating students, members of the media, and last but not the least, my own very own students. Congratulations to each one of you, and welcome to each one of you from IIM Bodh's fraternity. It's indeed a pleasure to welcome you on the 6th annual convocation. Especially we are very, very honored to have you, Honorable Vice President of India, for having taken my time to bless us. Our sincere gratitude is also due to all the esteemed dignitaries and the guards. My job is to just give a roundup because our esteemed chairperson has already given us a journey of how we have got in 5 years. My job is just limited what we have done in the last 1 year. And the biggest milestone which we were able to achieve was construction of this 60,384 square meters of absolutely state-of-the-art campus here in Bodh with the help of our PVC company as well as the TCP. Indeed, this was one of the most important milestones, besides making all other endeavors to make the vision of Prime Minister respected Shri Narendra Modi's vision for Viksit Bharat by 2047 a reality. So to make that vision a reality, these are some of the things which we have done in the last 1 year. Starting from the flagship program, which is an MBA, for which we are graduating our students here. Our broadest batch of 245 students is what we are graduating. Not just they have performed academically excellent, but what we are extremely proud is their participations across multifarious activities. Just an indication of that is their performance in top B schools unstopped, where 10 of our students championed in the top unstoppable B schools champions of 2024. Needless to say, 7 years of impeccable track record of 100% placement we could maintain this year as well. The large batch invited more than 120 esteemed companies, and despite the challenges which were there in the environment, we still feel that it is noteworthy to see that average domestic package for the top 25, 50 and 75 percentiles stand strong at 18.2, 16.6 and 15.2 lakh per annum respectively. The placement offers saw the emergence of the FSI segment and leading names like Dhankhar, Axis Bank, BNP, HSBC, ICICI, Kotak, NSE, RBI, just to name a few. We were also able to get consulting majors, especially IT consultants like Accenture, Cognizant, PwC, SAP, Deloitte, USI, just to name a few. Energy and manufacturing and e-commerce segment, both FMCG and FMCG also took our students. Just notably, few names include Coca-Cola, Tata Power, Ultra Cement and Volvo Asia. For summers, MBA 09 batch, more than 300 students, we were able to bring in 75 plus companies, where the highest stipend stood at INR 2 lakhs and average stood at about 75,000. Notably, 35 students got stipend more than a lakh. For For the two specialized courses which we launched last year, which is MBA HHM and MBA DBM, having 85 and 80 students respectively, basically guided by an exceptionally bright and industry-driven academic advisory board and council, we were able to get very diverse companies, and needless to say that the stipend was at the INR 2.6 lakhs for DBM and almost a similar grants for HHM. For HHM, which is healthcare and a major priority for IIM in the space of wellness, we could tie up with major customers and big names in healthcare, namely Apollo Hospitals, Bill and Melinda Gates, Fortis, Lupin, Manipal, Vedanta, UNICEF, Wish, just to name a few. Overall, we could get a stipend of 1 lakh even for an HHM. PhD is something which is core to us. This is our endeavor, where we are trying hard to meet the country's growing need for quality research and quality teachers. This year, we were able to bring 5 more scholars, making a total strength of 20 scholars. And our scholars continue to go and take help from our sister institution in Bangalore for the research elective courses. But one of the most energetic lot on campus indeed is our IIM students. This year, we inducted 152 students, and what is very remarkable is the diversity. 293 cities, 26 states, and even countries from South nations like Nepal and Bangladesh comprises our students at IIM. Needless to say, inclusive and global learning environment definitely is getting fostered here at IIM. International relations is something which we work on. This year, the numbers of institutions with which we have rose to 38. We could send 34 AD and 8 IIM students on international exchanges, and we were very proud of the way our students performed in the 2 fully funded research apprenticeship that they got at the University of Notre Dame in the US. The impact was so that the university came back asking for more. But the core of us, again, needless to say, this robust faculty, and at every forum, if there is one word which exemplifies them, personifies them, it is the word dedicated. They are truly dedicated in terms of not just giving the best excellent students to our students, but also producing more than 90 high-quality research papers in international journals. 2 of our faculty colleagues are already there in 2 persons. Scientists listed by Stanford University. We are already getting best paper awards in research conferences. We are already making their mark in Web of Science, highly cited research awards, etc. Executive education makes a core of any business school. This year, we trained more than 2,200 government officers, and we trained more than 2,800 micro-entrepreneurs in the state of Bihar. This is something which we are exceptionally proud of, because this is in line with our core vision. How do we raise socially responsible, mindful leaders? We signed MOUs with SHS, State Health Society, Bihar Police Academy, IOC, NTPC, DICKI, NSDC, NIDM, just to name a few. We have already started working on our MOU with AIMS and IIT Patna in greater details. Entrepreneurship is something which we clearly realize has to be the core point of any business school. We already have registered 2 Section 8 companies with the name Inspire, 1 guaranteed by shares and 1 guaranteed by. And not only this year, both of them are becoming operationalized. There are 5 student startups which have been running on campus successfully for the last 1 year. And needless to say, they are all started for our young, youthful IIM students. Alum relations is something which, though we are young, we have been very painstakingly building by having regional chapters in units all over the nation. Social responsibility, since the core value is mindfulness and social responsibility, comes very naturally to us. Not to mention the usual stuff like blood donations, happy periods, plantation. What we are truly happy about is the way our students have adopted 5 villages and working on a very sustainable growth model of those skills. What we are very proud is the way our IIM students work with JVCAT and brought wonderful results.
Thank you, sir. I am now announcing the names of the students in batch 2022-24 at IIM Bodh, Gaya. They are requested to come to the stage to receive their degrees.
Students graduating at the IIM Bodh Gaya Convocation 2024 with his convocation address. Let's welcome him with a warm round of applause.
Good afternoon, all of you. Honorable Governor of Bihar, Sri Rajendra ji, a man of simplicity, elegance, knowledge. More than a decade ago, while he was Speaker of Goa Legislative Assembly, he introduced then paperless working. So imaginative, so forward-looking. Sri Uday Kotak, Chairperson, Board of Governors, IIM, Bodh Gaya. Sri Amitabh Kant, Guest of Honor. Members of Board of Governors, Director, Dr. Vinita S. Very tough. In last few weeks, I have had the great fortune of visiting institutes headed by women. Gujarat University, Jawaharlal Nehru University, Amitabh ji is an alumnus of that, and this place. My belief that women are more powerful than men is getting strengthened every day. Women directors are tougher than men directors. You will remember them during the course and afterwards for two different reasons. One, during the course for their being very harsh, and the one I see here, the affable personality, and when you go behind, you know the spinal strength. But after you graduate, you will be remembering them very pleasantly, that they strengthened you to that extent, tempered you like steel. Distinguished members of the faculty, any institute is known only by its faculty. We are lucky to have good infrastructure, but we are luckier to have this kind of faculty that has shaped you so well. Dear students, and I see some proud parents, my congratulations to you, my greetings to you on this great occasion. Thanks for warm reception and sentiments expressed. There could be many caveats to these credentials that have been indicated, but I go down to that. Friends, I record my sincere appreciation to Chairperson Uday Kotak, Director Dr. Vinita S. and Board of Governors of IIM Bodh Gaya for inviting me to participate at this special occasion. The event marks a significant milestone for IIM Bodh Gaya, as it is the first convocation ceremony at the recently inaugurated campus of the institute, defining changing profile of developmental growth in this country. Chairperson Uday Kotak, a luminary in Indian banking, bears unimpeachable credentials to be in this position. He draws respect both for his depth of knowledge, intellectual integrity, and ever readiness to stand for the cause of the nation. I firmly believe that education is the most impactful, transformative mechanism of societal change that realizes equality, and dispenses iniquities. You all are fortunate, very fortunate, beneficiaries of quality education. Guest of honor Sri Amitabh Kant, an IAS officer, a chevening scholar, is an outstanding achiever. He is deeply involved with evolution and execution of public policies in his several capacities, including as CEO, Niti Aayog, our own think tank. His books, Branding India, An Incredible Story, and The Elephant Moves are in a sense reflection of his contributions. His prestigious positioning as G20 Sherpa of India during his presidency year would ever be acknowledged as exemplary performance. The passage was mine all through. I attended most functions of G20. The passage was mine. A mind could flow at any point of time. There were a number of outlines. The good thing is, at the end of the day, all went well. You could have sound sleep only after our turn came to an end. Among other aspects, and there are many, G20 enhanced our soft diplomacy power and prowess to a very high degree. Friends, your institute is in perfect setting. Bodh Gaya, a site of spiritual importance and a land where the great Buddha attained enlightenment. No wonder this is enlightening IIM Bodh Gaya. Bodh Gaya holds a special place in the collective consciousness of humanity. As we gather here today, let us draw inspiration from the teachings of Lord Buddha and strive to emulate his message of love and compassion in our lives. The message is more relevant now than ever before. My congratulations to the graduating students at this old convocation. I am so delighted and happy that the track record of the institute has been outstanding when it comes to placements. The director's report is very illuminating. The address of the chairperson indicated that firm foundations have been laid for this institution, and it is amongst one of the best in the country. Friends, convocation ceremony holds immense significance, a unique significance, unforgettable moment, a moment to be ever cherished. It is a moment of pride and accomplishment, not only of the graduating students, their friends, their parents, teachers and mentors who have supported and guided them throughout their journey. This moment marks a stepping stone for your entry into the wider world, a world that is filled with endless possibilities and opportunities. Friends, Bharat today is no longer a nation with just a potential for a sleeping giant. It is on the rise as never before. The rise of Bharat is unstoppable, and all this is to your great advantage. You are fortunate as an enabling governance ecosystem, stable economy with strong fundamentals, offering you a platform for unleashing your talent and energy. Perfect setting for realizing your aspirations and dreams. All of you, my young friends, are very lucky to be part of the marathon march for Viksit Bharat 2047. Some of us may not be around, but it will be gratifying for everyone that you will for sure secure at 2047 a Bharat that will be at the pinnacle of the world. Friends, a convocation address is always difficult. It is an occasion as people normally believe that the speaker would impart guidance, will give sage advice, or make suggestions before we step out from the ivory towers of academia to the real world outside. I would make an earnest effort to live up to your expectations in some measure. A decade or so ago, such advice or suggestions may have been scary, a nightmare. A speaker in my place a decade ago would have been worried what to tell you. What are your prospects? Because we then had worrisomely alarming economic environment. There was fragility all around, a despondent atmosphere. But now, the contemporary situation is soothing and inviting. In a sense, there is now 360-degree turn as the national mood is upbeat, reflecting hope and possibility. Each of you present here today is a torchbearer of India's future. I have no doubt about it. When it comes to talent, intellect and knowledge, you are one of the best in the world. And the kind of training you have got gives you sharper cutting edge. I encourage you to harness your talents and skills to script new chapters in India's growth story. And what a remarkable that story is going to be. Always remember your hot pursuit for success. Accolades, organizational and professional growth, a leader should not let you forget the importance of humanity and empathy in business. Your director focused on it in great detail. Today, you will impart a new voice. You will venture out into an industry that, unlike a decade ago, the scene a decade ago was very different. You would be losing your sleep. With this degree, you would not know where to go. But now the situation is very different. Situation is brimming with opportunity for you. The scenario is full of hope and possibility. My young friends, the national scenario couldn't be more soothing and inviting. The nation is on the rise, and economic trajectory, despite global headwinds, is continually upwards. National mood is upbeat with our surging global image. You are discerning minds. You know what it now means to be an Indian outside India. You know now for sure what means to the holder of Indian passport. You know it more than I do. What is the image of our country now? And that is something you will relish for your life. Soon to become our Bharat, the third largest global economy ahead of Germany and Japan, just in 2 years or less. We are already global third in purchasing power. And this status of Bharat is more relevant to you. You know what is the potential of purchasing power. And in this country, if we have this population, this rich human resource, this youthful component, the change has to be exponential and geometric. Friends, the world today is at the cusp of something like the Industrial Revolution. Thanks to onslaughts of disruptive technologies, these technologies are a challenge, they are an opportunity. You will be concerned with them in your future workings. By harnessing the seamless integration of these technologies, organizations can stay competitive in the digital era and shape a future where connectivity, trust, and intelligence drive success. As a matter of fact, reflect, few years ago, this was not even a dream. we will not be in a position to think about it, imagine about it. I know it out of experience. I was a member of Parliament in 1989. I was a unionist to them. I had to suffer the pain. Our gold in solid form was airlifted to be placed to 2 banks in Switzerland to sustain our fiscal credibility. Look where we are now. This is much beyond 360 degrees. Our foreign exchange then was dwindling between $1 billion and $2 billion, and now it sees a rise of 6 to 7 billions in a week, and it is over 600 billions. As young leaders in business, trade, commerce and industry, you will have the opportunity to take charge, harness the opportunities that are beyond the obvious and create impact that has the well-being of society at heart. Happiness and satisfaction do not come with personal wealth being amassed, with physical infrastructure you are lacking. The greatest satisfaction comes when you have rewarding experience of serving your motherland, Bharat, and that I am sure you will be engaged in. Look at how far we have come as a nation. The journey was not easy. As Governor of State of West Bengal, I was leading a group of 10 governors on ease of governance. The one on the dais, Mr. Amitabh Kant, was facilitating our discourse. And we came to know the challenges he was weathering, his institution was weathering. Herculean task. One will be staggered to think about it. But look at the change that has come. Can you ever imagine 500 million people getting into banking industry? What could be more inclusive growth than this? Just imagine gas connections in every house, tap water in every house, toilet in every house, education being available everywhere. Every village has a computer center. You are lucky to have this kind of ecosystem. This allows you full play in the joints. You can play with the state bat, realize your ambitions and serve your motherland. Let me tell you, friends, just a decade ago, why go back? Our economy was one of the fragile five. The world institutions were in punishing mode for us. They used to advise us how do we handle our affairs. And what a transformation just in a decade. We marched ahead of Canada, UK and France to be the 5th largest global economy. I have no doubt at 2047 we will be at peak or very close to getting at peak. The World Bank, that used to question us earlier, gives advice, is praising us day in and day out for achieving financial inclusion. And it says what India has attained within 6 years is not otherwise attainable in 5 decades or so. This is rich tribute to our visionary leadership, fast execution, and that is why the nation is seeing not pyramidal growth, plateau kind of growth. Everyone is rising in togetherness. International Monetary Fund has recognized India as a prime destination for investment and opportunity, a bright spot in economy. You know what our economic rise at the moment is, and what is that of other large economies. India's inclusive digital payment system, which facilitates real-time transactions, has garnered attention worldwide and is being adopted by countries like Singapore and many more. UPI I am referring to. In fact, if you go by statistics, 46% of global total real-time digital transactions now occur in this land. Adaptability, accessibility of internet is reflected in the statistics that our per capita internet consumption is more than that of China and USA taken together. Friends, in addition to its digital infrastructure, India has made remarkable strides in developing world-class physical infrastructure, thereby enhancing quality of life for its vast population of 1.4 billion. Recent notable examples you will know: Bharat Mandapam, a massive convention center, one of the top 10 in the world. We have Yashobhumi, a new parliament building. The kind of roads we have, the kind of airports we have, the kind of railway stations we have, these were beyond our dreams and contemplation decades ago. What does it reflect? It reflects that India has no resource. The genius of its human resource is unrivaled. What it needs is leadership, visionary leadership, a leadership that thinks out of the box, a leadership that has capacity to get it executed. I know for a fact, being chairman Rajya Sabha, in spite of pandemic, new parliament building came in 30 months. That was not just a building, complete infrastructure that we could hold our session there. The world is amazed and stunned at our progress. Friends, these achievements underscore our capacity to construct such impressive structures within remarkably short time frames. Let me give you a small illustration. Chandrayaan 2, September 2022. It was to land on moon. I was Governor State of West Bengal. Along with my wife, I went to the Science City. The landing was to be little after midnight, around 2 a.m. if I'm not wrong. Chandrayaan 2 reached very close, within meters. Landing was not 100% success. How can you call it failure? We reached there, we reached quite close. The Prime Minister came from the behind to encourage the entire team. And we had Chandrayaan 3 landing on that part of the moon where no one has landed so far. International Aeronautical Society has acknowledged Shiv Shakti point on moon, which means the governance is so strong that it does not take failure, it takes success. This is a message to you, a lesson to you. Never avoid taking a jump because you think you may fail. I don't suggest you take jumps recklessly. Think about it, but fear should not deter you from trying out. That I'm sure you'll do it. Effective execution of the vision of our leadership would not have been possible. And I mark my words, it would not have been possible unless corruption was weeded out. There was a time when corruption was visible in every facet of life. A job, a contract, and opportunity you could not avail without taking recourse to those who are corrupt. Corruption was your password to getting opportunity or relief. Power corridors were infested with corrupt elements who extra legally leveraged decision making. A decade ago, we had the spectacles to see in public domain. Even ministerial berths, prerogative of those in authority, executive authority, was being considered and decided as well. But now, my young friends, something you will relish. Power corridors have been duly sanitized. of corrupt elements. You know it. Our future generations will not even be able to think that this kind of intense infesting of power corridors with corruption was there. Not a small achievement. You will be beneficiary of it. Across various frontiers, cutting-edge technology, including quantum computing, matters to you hugely. India is one among the few nations to be focusing on it. Our quantum computing mission already 6,000 crores have been allocated. We are working in that direction. You will be utilizing it. We are no longer waiting for technology to be given to us by someone else. We are in the big league of nations that are focusing on this. Our green hydrogen mission, enormous opportunities by 2030. You will have 6 lakh jobs and 8 lakh crore investment. That's the possibility. All these issues are before you. You will be directly concerned in exploiting such a good pitch for the benefit of the nation. And I have no doubt you will fully avail new vistas because they are gold mine. They are huge opportunities for your category, which is so well trained at this prestigious institution. Friends, if you look at the global scene, the world is in a state of flux, where change is the only constant. The disruptive technologies have entered into our life. We have to live with them. These are both opportunities and challenges. Honorable Prime Minister has indicated enough about it. But then your genius will convert these challenges into opportunities, and that will favor growth in this country. Whether it is artificial intelligence, machine learning, something that will help you enormously. For others, it may just be an expression. They may go to lexicon to understand what is blockchain, what is machine learning. But for those of you who are so trained to unleash power of these technologies for larger growth, this is a ground reality. I would urge you to willingly embrace these technologies, utilize them, get into those areas so that we help our Bharat and the world at large. Friends, in such a scenario of dynamism and volatility, your core values will be your guide, keeping anchored ever as you stride ahead. So, tighten your belt, gear up, and bring about the change you believe in. During my time, even if I believed in a change, I would be in a state of hopelessness because I would know I cannot bring it about. But now you can bring it about. I don't want to take more time on this, but look at the startups. Look at our unicorns. These have emanated from mind like you. You therefore have to think out of the box, think big, and I'm sure you'll achieve. Most of you, when you go outside, you'll have multiple choices. You can carve out your niches in business world and other industry areas also. But remember, ethical leadership, and that is part of your oath. The directorate focused on ethical leadership. This is non-negotiable. If you compromise on ethics, then you can't be winner of the kind that the world will salute. You will be living in a silo because you have compromised ethical standards. Temptations will be amazing, like taking a shortcut. People love to take shortcuts. Even when there is a road available, they will say, why not take this shortcut? My experience tells me that this shortcut is very painful when you need. Technically speaking, a shortcut in physical terms, the shortest distance between 2 points. Am I right? But when the day of reckoning comes, it is the longest distance. Take a shortcut in law. Take a shortcut in revenue matters. And you know how people are suffering. They are suffering for two reasons. One, the country has equality before law. Rule of law is being enforced in an exemplary manner. Those who thought we are beyond reach of law, we are immune to law, how can legal process reach us? They took shortcuts. So you know how risky, how expensive, and how painful shortcuts are. Avoid them. I urge all of you to be harbingers, ambassadors in a kind of a society where you exemplify that there will be scrupulous, meticulous adherence to rule of law. This should be your guiding North Star. And trust me, sleep is fundamental to good health. When you take shortcuts, when you violate law, when you get away from ethical standards, you can never have sound sleep. You will have sleepless nights. Your health will go down. Keep that in mind. Who are before me? You are the greatest stakeholders in democracy. You are the future of this country. You have to script history for this country. You have to lead the marathon march. And to you, therefore, I appeal, make it a habit, you the listening minds, that you will always stand for the nation. Always taking nation always first. You can never compromise on that. There are, unfortunately, certain categories of people who find it indigestible that India is progressing. Some of them are informed minds. You respect them. Don't respect them because they held a position of power. I am referring to the economic world. One may have been economic advisor to Government of India or governor of a bank. But if it tells you our economic growth can't go beyond 5.5%, question him. You said so, why? You are a knowledgeable man. You are capitalizing on ignorance of people at large. You are trying to spread pessimism when the air is full of optimism. And just imagine, no regret, we had more than 0.5% growth. Friends, you represent core progress and innovation. You represent them. You and people in your category, your path aligns with vast journey towards reaching new milestones. We must ever be good listener so that absorbing and sharing of knowledge is seamless. And believe me, none is ultimate repository of wisdom or knowledge. We suffered a system in our country where iconic status was accorded on parameters that are baffling. No longer. Just look to the Padma Awards. There was a time when event management patronage was a passage to Padma Awards. No longer. They are now given to deserving people. That being the situation, you have to go beyond the normal course. If you entertain an idea that with this degree of learning comes to an end, trust me, nothing can be more wrong conclusion than this. Learning is lifelong, and if you learn lifelong, you remain in fit health, mental, physical, spiritual, to serve the nation. One thing I find and which is very disturbing, people don't want to listen to other point of view. They want to reject the other point of view for drop of a hat. Now what can be more painful and challenge to logic and rationality that we don't even want to consider the other point of view. There is no compulsion to agree to the other point of view. And trust me, my own experience tells me, more often than not, the other point of view is the correct point of view. If you attended seminars, you would have some illustrious person addressing the seminar. But in interactive session, you would find the one whom you do not know who according to you has no identity, makes a brilliant point. Each of you is epicenter of making brilliant point and catalyzing big change. I am reminded of a cartoon where the boss was with the core team. I love that cartoon. It defines most of us. The cartoon said, I quote, written there, I am looking for people who have a mind of their own. And what it said further, I am looking for people who have a mind of their own and think my way. Never barter your wisdom and point of view. Make your point known. Even if it is not accepted, there will be a time when someone superior to you will tell you, oh, how I wish I could go by your point of view. You turned out to be wrong. So always go in that direction. Friends, in your future positioning in normal course, there will be compulsive interaction. You have to interact. You will have access to structured platforms and associations. Let me tell you a small secret. When my team finds I am overstepping time limit, they bring a glass of water. But then this will not deter me here. When this interaction takes place, business, trade, commerce, industry, you've been guiding. Whatever be your slot, you can't be head of an organization at this age. Because at your age, the head was at your place. So you know where you are going. So make that point known to one and all. My suggestion is that there can be significant positive contribution to our foreign exchange reserves, generation of employment opportunities, and nurturing of entrepreneurship if we become vocal for local and Swadeshi is promoted. This has a huge feature, let me tell you. In a sense, I am persuading you to believe and promote economic nationalism, a facet of nationalism. Just imagine there is massive drain out of foreign exchange because we are importing our debris. What are we importing? Kites, toys, curtains, furniture, furnishings, and the like. We are mostly importing something is available in this country. And look at the damage we do to the fabric of this nation. On one hand, our precious foreign exchange is drained out. On the other hand, we are snatching work from the hands of our people. They would be employed if they were to make these items here. And three, we are blunting, impeding growth of entrepreneurship. Now you are well positioned to neutralize it. If you make it a mission and passion to promote economic nationalism, inculcate this spirit, that will take us a long way on all these 3 points. Friends, there is another worrisome aspect, and that is reckless export of raw materials. Some people have natural resources at their disposal. There was a time before leases. If you go to a port in Goa, you will know it, iron ore being exported. Now what are we doing? We are exporting our raw material. Now the man who controls that natural resource is making money. He says, why should I make an extra effort? I am making quick buck. I don't have to do anything. But what we are losing is, usually, we must add value to raw material and real-time value before we export it. If we export raw material, we are condemning ourselves that we are not in a position to add value to it. Fact is, we are in a position. And the moment you engage into value addition, you will find rewarding results both on the point of foreign exchange, employment, and entrepreneurship growth. And this value addition has to take place in several ways. I remember my days as Governor State of West Bengal, Darjeeling in 14, hardly value addition taking place. We must engage into these activities. You all are competent, enabled in every respect by training also to achieve these big ticket accomplishments. My young friends, always remember, no economic gain, howsoever bountiful it may be, can be entertained by compromising our economic nationalism. We must make it a habit, a national habit. This is imperative for nation's prosperity, also for sovereignty. Because if our security environment has to be looked around, the conventional days are gone. If your economy is powerful, you are strong. Your soft diplomacy gets cutting edge because your human resource is active in various fields. The human resource is fully unleashing the power and prowess of digital infrastructure and disruptive technologies. So this is a national obligation you are called upon to discharge. Friends, today you are on the launch pad for a jump in the larger domain. The domain is overflowing with opportune challenges. There is potential for runaway success. Unexpected jolts you will get, both. You graduating students make discerning choice as to what you seek to do. Today you have the luxury of multiple options of choosing what kind of work you will do, how you will do it. Go for the choice or option that emanates from within. For long we suffered in this country that the child at birth was given a task. बच्चा घर में आया है, इंजीनियर बनेगा, IAS बनेगा, IPS बनेगा, डॉक्टर बनेगा. And the poor child did not know anything what was happening around. Fortunately for you, the days have changed. If you do not enjoy the job you are doing, if you do not feel you are a productive, contributing member of society, then rapid promotion, your renown is of no help. Because from within you can't relish it. If you do not like going to work every day, the fact that you are being chauffeured in a limousine, you will have a world-class office, is immaterial. Because you don't like to go to work. Why force someone who is good at cricket to play chess? You are trained to make your own choices. You are under no compulsion. Use it with great discretion. My suggestion is reach out and explore. Try different things. Be unconventional. Think out of the box. And assured you should ever be. You will never be starved of ideas. There are ample avenues for creation of employment than just being unemployed. It's your job. I have seen around and the number is multiplying day in and day out. People in bureaucracy are leaving their job to do unconventional things, including selling vegetables and milk, serving this society, showing way to many others. Great idea. You have to do it. There is a tendency in the youth. It was during my days also. So certainly during your days also. We will be happy if we achieve a lot. We want fame and fortune as rapidly as possible. In the process, we get robotized. Our human approach gets blunted. Our human face disappears. A robot is of no use. When a man becomes a robot, the man has to use robot, not himself or herself get robotized. Friends, those of you who have taken to literature at one point of time or otherwise know, don't fall prey to Shakespearean Hamlet syndrome of to be or not to be. This instance, more often than not, is a complete recipe for failure. When you get into this syndrome, you fear failure. You don't try. My experience has been that if you have a brilliant idea, please get it executed. You owe it to yourself, you owe it to the society. One of the finest men in our country at the moment is before you, Chairman of the Quota. Journey of your chairperson of the Quota. Friends, journey of your chairperson of the Quota can be a case study on this point. He made such a choice, and from my perspective, a difficult one in early 1980. Imagine the situation then. Then India was a closed economy and not a shade of economic growth and prosperity we see today. Far from it. In that challenging environment, daunting scenario, ignoring a lucrative job, he had the option to go to a multinational. Then a very pride of let's say assignment. He took his own call, and look at, he makes all of us proud. Wherever we go, we hear only one thing. Not only it is IIM Bodh Gaya that his services were acquisition. His services were acquisition on account of his spinal strength in banking world for an institution that was virtually sinking. If I'm not wrong, he was out of the country to get that call. And all he said was, I am at the disposal of the nation. Some of you will have the occasion to think, decades later on, if we had grappled with the opportunity of unleashing favorably disruptive technologies, we would have been at a different place. Because we slightly deterred. We thought it may not be manageable. We may not be able to grasp it fully. You can do it. While the Kotak at that time must have had tough time in deciding. Nothing could be tougher. It is as tough as to decide your soulmate. Mine is on the Yet he did. Now, you are far more luckier than Uday. Because the system around you, the ecosystem around you is affirmative, wholesome, promotional, gives you confidence from outside. So please, take your own decisions. Friends, in conclusion, what I can say is, I see everyone is very happy when I say in conclusion. But let me tell you as a lawyer, when we say in conclusion, we say it several times. But here I am going to say only once. In conclusion, you are embarking on a most exciting, interesting journey in a country that is home to 1/6 of humanity, a country whose economy is on the rise, the mood is upbeat. The world out there is fiercely competitive. You will have challenges, you will have chores, but you will not be shaken. Because you have been tempered here like a steel to withstand all challenges. I have no doubt, if you be firm on your course, you for sure will meet only one end, success. A success that will be gratifying for you, satisfying for the society, and a proud moment for the nation. Friends, I have full faith in the capabilities and potential as students of IIM Bodh Gaya, the enlightening IIM, situated rightly at the epicenter of enlightenment. You can deliver, you only have to do. Remember, one of the shoe companies has a tagline. You remember that? Just do it. Together, let us work towards a Bharat that is not just developed, but also compassionate and inclusive, reflecting our civilization ethos. I know it has been very tough for me to address you in the presence of my very talented wife, Dr. Dhankhar. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for the most motivating, thought-provoking and insightful convocation in prep.